Hello friends, welcome to my channel Bless and Crochet. To the place where everything difficult becomes super easy. 2mm hook. To make the wing. Let's make a magic ring. I close and I'm going to start knitting in this case 1. Now I will take it well. 2, 3, 4. 5, 6. And start lanyard shot. First circle to close. Remember the golden rule. Is the first one we threw away, and after the start cord. And here I am going to spend 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There it is. I'm going to stop by here. And close with a slip stitch. I make a chain stitch. We make the single stitch a chain stitch. And then here in this space, half double crochet. In the same space that I made the half stitch, I make a double crochet. And there are 2 chain stitches. I will pass from side to side to make a beak. And 2 chain stitches. And in that same space where it says the stitch, hi there, we weave a single stitch. Now in this case I make a little chain stitch. I am going to move on to the next space. I'm going to bring the strand and knit stitch under a chain stitch. Next space single stitcher, a chain stitch. Next space single stitch, a chain stitch. Next space single stitch, a chain stitch. And next space single stitch loose. We must leave him more. I was already going to cut you friends. Little, but we don't have to leave him anymore. No, why? Because we are going to stick. Then what are we going to do here? I am going to go to this first stitch. This one, and it needs to be cut. We already were. Because by losing it, it is now possible to cut it. Ready, and this. Let's do the following. I'm going to move on to the first stitch I made. To the single stitch. And I'm going to bring the strand. There it is, and then I'm going to pass through the middle of it here. And return. And now we are going to glue it. Here we already have that wing. There it is, very cool. And now we are going to pass. See if you notice. Here you can see where the chain stitch is. But otherwise it looks nice there. I'll pass and I'll go pasting. Sewing. Downward. Upwards. And it looks nice. Friends. They're at home. Decorate that with their girls' t-shirts. You can also do it with your children's t-shirts. The woven suétercitos. Scarves, handbags, gloves. Anything you need to give it a plus. Give it that touch of love foam. There is this perfect application. Ready and already on the side. I can now lose this little piece of wool. There it is. And now to give the final touch to this very cute. We need to put an eye on it. Or embroider it the way it is easier for you to do so. In this case I am going to place one here. There it is, look. This is from number 3, okay, then. If they are going to buy them that are number 3, to fit them. And on the inside I'm going to see if the air will let me in. Because sometimes it is very airy here where I am. Ready, and here's a little tap to make it flat, okay. Then they can do it this way. You can put no, but it's going to leave me up to their okay. Ready? There are some that come with pressure. Those that come with a little brooch on the back. Well, you leave them like this. Here we have the bird part. Yes, it is a nice step by step. Now let's start. I secure my first stitch and let's start 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14 15 16. And we are going to leave him in this. I'm going to pass it on and on the upside down side. I will knit single stitch. There's one in which it follows. 2 next. 3. Now let's weave 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 and 11 chain stitches. There are 11 chain stitches. I'm going to pass this chain stitch without knitting, and in the chain stitch that follows, I'm going to start knitting it single stitch. I'm going to take this one well. There is one. Let's continue. 2. 8 There are 8 single stitches 1 2 3 4 5 chain stitches. And I'm going to pass this chain stitch without knitting and in the one that follows, on the upside down side. Let's knit it single stitch. 1. 4 And now I'm going to stop by. Where do I have this next stitch? And you stitch under one next chain stitch 2. I'm going to pass this one without knitting. And I'm going to go where the chain stitch is. Here I am going to knit the next stitch, in which it follows. You step single stitch. And I'm going to bring this little piece of wool. To lose it, I pass on the next stitch. There is to see to see to see. There it is. And you sew single stitch. Let's see. Ready? I move on to the next stitch. And I continue to weave single stitch, other single stitch, until completing all stitches. Look at the same time. We lost this little piece of wool, so that in the end nothing more. We have to lose a strand. And not too true, okay? Let's continue. Remember to visit my channel, click on it as well, where it says the videos section, so you can see more beautiful things. And can discover many videos for you. Here I end up making a loose fall. Let's leave some. Nothing more to lose. And this side that we had been losing, we just pulled out of here. Here it is lost. And in the part here, we cut ready, we arrange, and we are going to leave 4. To lose the other strand seems to you. Then we pass. And here on the upside down side, we are going to lose the other strand. Ready, so it has been, and now we cut. We already have our frog. Let's knit the little flowers. And we are going to do it here. Here where we have this space of the edge. Here I am going to start knitting. 5, 6 chain stitches. And in the same space I will knit a stitch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 chain stitches. And in that same space we weave another stitch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 chain stitches, and finally slip stitch. We are going to go backwards. And we are going to tie. There it is, and then, with the help of rope or hook, whatever makes it easier for you, let's pass them on the back. You can also put glue if you press it, okay? You decide. Now I am going to do the same, but here. In this part. Same process. We already have here the part of the flowers, and now we are going to do it here in the corner. Let's do the following. Let's knit him 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 chain stitches, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to move on to the chain stitch. Is unwoven, and in the one below, I'm going to make a slip stitch, in which it follows. I'm going to make a single stitch. Next, half double crochet, and single stitch. And here I end with a slip stitch. Now, I make a slip stitch. And we are going to make 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 chain stitches. I will pass the first one without knitting. And weave a slip stitch. Next, a single stitch. Next, half double crochet. Next, a single stitch and a slip stitch. 2, and let's go for the last slip. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 step, and in the next step I slide. Single stitch. Half double crochet. Single stitch. And slip stitch, and I'm going to stop by here. And I slide. And we are going to cut. We are going to lose this little piece of material right now. But first let's make the last sheet. Is going to be exactly the same. It just has to be put here in this space. Okay, we are going to put it here. As in the esquinita. Same process. I'm going to pass it on. My friends, you have to be patient with them, don't you? There it is slippery. Single stitch. Half double crochet. And here. Again the single stitch. And slip stitch. You have already seen, friends, what it will take us to do. This application is really easy. I invite you to knit it. I'm going to lose these little pieces of material and I'll be back. I want to show you, friends, now, how it has turned out. The end result of this beautiful application. What do you think of the way it looks? I loved it and would like to know your comment. What you thought. You liked. Look, you can place it on this occasion. I made this one a little longer. And see you in an upcoming video. And thanks also by subscribing and the notification bell. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And check the videos section. You're sure to love something. Until the next.